Ang penalty nito ay 4 na taon nata na kulong.
Who gave you the order?
I take my orders from the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
So, Chief PNP.
Ang ano po namin is really to assist ang PCTC po.
Kaya nga. Oh, PCTC, did you or did you not give the order to General Marbil?
No.
No. So, General Marbil, are you lying?
General Torre, may violation ho ba sa arrest ni former President Duterte?
No, sir.
Any person arrested or detained or shall be allowed visits by or conference with any member of the immediate family or any medical doctor or priest, minister chosen by him. I saw the video, sir. President Duterte was asking for his own doctors.
Sir, we have substantial doctor.
Ang sabi kasi dito, his choice, hindi niyo choice. I saw the video wherein you're saying 2-star, ako na nagdedesisyon, I will not allow VP Sara in. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Hindi ba siya anak? Nung nakita ko tong batas na to, nakalagay, pag anak, you cannot stop them. Ang penalty nito ay 4 na taon nata na kulong.
Bawal na pigilan yung anak na bumisita. So, it's your call to violate the law.
Yung doctors ho ba ni President Duterte certified him fit to travel?
It's not part of the procedure for his private doctors for that to do that, sir. It will be the government doctors who will be
No, that's not true, sir. Ang nakalagay ho dito sa batas, it can be his doctors. Magiging inutil yung batas if you invite your doctors and then they cannot certify. So, mangyayari nun, if they certify hindi pwede, sinertify ng government doctor pwede, korte ang magsasabi at kakasuhan yung doktor na nagkakamali. But if you tell me, sir, okay naman siya, o tignan mo. The law is clear eh. Hindi naman ikaw magsasabing sufficiente, hindi. But you're supposed to allow all of his doctors in right away and you're supposed to allow his family members there and not deny them.
So, who give the order? Sino nagbigay sa'yo ng order?
Sir, I have a team.
You're the one there. Wala si SOG doon. Ikaw ang nagkarga sa kanya sa aeroplano. Kaya tinatanong kita, who gave you the order?
Still, sir, I take my orders from the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
So, Chief PNP.
It's always the guidance that ang ano po namin is really to assist ang PCTC po.
Kaya nga. Oh, PCTC, did you or did you not give the order to General Marbil?
No.
No. So, General Marbil, are you lying?
So I'm not lying, but I just want to have the executive privilege po regarding this matter.
Ay, nandito na tayo. Executive privilege ka dyan.
Bakit naging executive privilege?
Kanina sinabi mo, PCTC ang nagbigay ng order. Ngayon, mag-executive privilege ka.
Sino-sino na tinuro mo?
That's why we didn't want to attend the last hearing because this is what we were expecting, ma'am. We didn't want to be bullied.
We are not bullying you, sir. Ha? We want the truth.
Secretary Remulla, I recall that General Torre, nagbigay siya ng interview na sinabi niya, bigyan lang ako ng eroplano. Ako nang bahala dyan.
Arrest him and bring him to the Hague. Simple as that. Arrest him and bring him to the Hague. Sagot ko lang, sir, bigyan mo ko aeroplano. O, di ayos.
So Secretary Remulla, nagpa-interview na si General Torre. We're not bullying him. He voluntarily gave this interview. Sinabi niya na siya talaga. Paano ba yun? Sino nag-utos sa kanya?
I gave them the advice. That,
So kayo
number
ang
one,
nag-utos?
serve the warrant of arrest. And number two, surrender him to the Hague. That's what the law provides.
So, sir, you're the one giving the orders.
Well, in some ways, because I gave them the legal basis for all the actions that happened.
So, you're the one giving the orders.
If I have to be the one, then if I am the one that is referred to, I will admit it.
That a representative of the Philippine government should not just sign. He should have noted there, surrender to, not applicable, etc. Because nga, ang titignan naman yung dokumento, hindi yung paliwanag. But I have one more question, and ma'am, payagan nyo, itulay ko rin to kay General Torre. Sir, pakinggan nyo yung question ko kay Ambassador kasi baka may link to sa isang tanong ko sa inyo. Ambassador, if you go one by one sa questions, it seems to me the ICC wants to make sure na nasunod yung due process at saka human rights ng akusado at ng inaresto. In your view, meron po bang violation ng batas sa pag-arrest or pag-detain ni former President Duterte?
Wala po.
So wala.
Opo.
So wala. And you know our law, so walang violation.
Opo.
Okay. How about you, General Torre? May violation ho ba sa arrest or detention ni former President Duterte?
No, sir.
No, wala. Categorical wala tayong violate na law.
No, sir.
Okay. Can I read to you Republic Act 7438, an act defining certain rights of person arrested and detained under custodial investigation, as well as the duties of the arresting, detaining, and investigating officer and providing penalties for violation thereof. Section F, any person arrested or detained, arrested, detained, or under custodial investigation shall be allowed visits by or conference with any member of his immediate family or any medical doctor or priest, minister chosen by him, or by any member of his immediate family or by his counsel. I saw the video, sir. President Duterte was asking for his own doctors. Ang sabi nyo, hindi, may dala kayong doctor na colonel. Tama po ba?
That's one part, sir.
Yes, so you did not allow him to bring in his own doctor.
There's another video that will show that he has his doctors from the Cardinal Santos.
Yes,
sir.
and he was saying kulang yon kasi ano pa sila, di ba? Yung iba pang doctors, pero hindi na pinayagan. There's videos from outside, yung ibang gamit, etc. Correct, sir? So, you can answer. Hindi to yes or no. So, to your point, did you allow all of his doctors in or no?
Sir, we have substantial doctor. I think we have complied with 7438, sir.
Okay, it doesn't say here substantial.
We
It
have
says
complied with
here...
7438, sir.
No, sir. Ang sabi kasi dito, his choice. Hindi nyo choice. Hindi nyo choice i-limit yung doctors niya. Ang sabi nyo, substantial. So, I will clarify. Were there doctors that he requested you did not allow in? Yes
I was
or
not
no?
aware of that, sir.
Okay. You're not aware kung meron pinapasok o wala.
Kung meron siyang ibang additional doctors,
But
sir.
I saw the video wherein you're saying 2-star, ako na nagdedesisyon, I will not allow VP Sara in. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hindi ba siya anak? Ang nakalagay dito, the person's immediate family shall include his or her spouse, fiancé, parent or child, brother, sister, grandparent, grandchild, uncle, aunt, nephew, niece, etc. Ang penalty nito ay 4 na taon ata na kulong. Penalty clause. Any arresting public officer, employee, or any investigator who fails to inform any person arrested, detained, or under custodial investigation of his right to remain silent and to have competent penalty of not less than 8 years. So, ito, sa letter B, any person who obstructs or prevents any of his lawyers, any member of his family, or person arrested, detained, ayan, medical doctor or priest of his choice 4 years. So, sir, you prevented VP Sara from entering.
At the outset, sir, maraming salamat sa pagbigay sa akin ng pagkakataon na ito para maklarify yan, sir, dahil nung first hearing natin, sir, ay palagay ko na-explain na lahat yan, sir, at nagkaroon ng napakaraming mga...
Nung first hearing, sir, ang pinag-usapan kasi doon na lawyer, ako, upon looking at the Constitution, kaming mga senador, we cannot appear before the court, but we can practice. Pero ang presidente, vice president cannot practice. So, kasama na ako doon at yung ibang nagsabing abogada, pero nung nakita ko tong batas na to, nakalagay, pag anak, you cannot stop them from visiting. And nakita ko yung video, but sabi nyo nga, may kompleto kayong video, that's why I'm asking you, baka naman pinapasok nyo nang hindi ko alam. Sabi mo, 2-star, sir, ako na. Ako nagdesisyon nito, sir. I don't know if you use the word, ako mananagot. So, simple lang question ko, did you prevent VP Sara from seeing her father? Yes or no?
Can I expound on this, sir, before I answer the yes or
go
no,
ahead.
sir? Thank you, sir. Kaya ako nagpapasalamat, sir, na ma-expound yan, sir, dahil after the first hearing, medyo marami-rami ang lumabas, sir, na mga misinformation regarding that matter, sir. Yes, sir, I did prevent I did deny the request of President Duterte for him to allow VP Sara to enter, sir. Kasi nga naman, sir, mag-aalas 10 na yun, sir. And that is already around 12 hours after we first got him into custody. The VP has all the chances to be with the President earlier that day. We are expecting her. Actually, sir, mga alas 3 pa lang, may information na darating siya. And kung gusto talaga nilang pumasok, sir, pwede naman, sir, eh. Kasi
Hinadlangan mo nga di
Ma'am,
ba?
sinundo
Parang
ma'am sa loob ng
Sinabi
Villamor.
nga ninyo na hinarang, di ba?
Yes,
niyo,
ma'am. Ito,
kasi
mama,
gabi na,
I
matagal
did.
na.
I did, ma'am. I did really prevent that from the VP. I told the president that she can visit her on the detention cell in Hague. Sabi ko kung gusto niya talaga. Pero
Sabi
kasi
mo
nga naman,
makapasok, pero
ma'am,
sa kabilang
sandali, ma'am.
dako sinabi mo you prevented
let
her.
me-
Alin ba talaga?
Let me clarify, ma'am. Hindi pa ako tapos, ma'am eh. May
Hindi, iba-iba
Okay,
lang yung sinasabi mo eh.
Ma'am, patapusin niyo ako kung pwede. Kung pwede, ma'am. Okay lang. Kasi ma'am,
Madam Chair,
meron tayong...
I think the resource person is,
If you will allow me.
ah?
Sir, if you will allow me. Sir,
Yaw.
Okay, sir.
Kaya nga, but please.
eto
please.
sir After all was being said and done, yung sasakyan ni Hanilet, sir, and 5 other vehicles, nakapasok at sinundo sila, sir. Ang eroplano nasa bukas pang pintuan, sir. So, yan, sir, ang isang tumayong balahibo ko nun, sir, noong panahon na nakita ko, naku, andyan yata si VP Sara, andyan si Bongo nakapasok na. Kasi sinusundo na, sir, si Hanilet at saka si Kitty, sir, ng kanilang mga sasakyan, together with the other entourage. Bakit nila sumabay dun, sir, sa tarmac? Bukas pa naman, sir, ang pintuan.
Alam mo, Madam Chair,
Sir,
Nick,
Sir.
you
That's a new
ibig mong
information,
sabihin
sir.
kung pwede pumasok yung si Ma'am Hanilit at saka si Kitty, gusto mo ring sabay-sabay na sila.
Sir, ganito. Hindi ko dinideny na pinrevent ko si VP Sara na pumasok based on the request of the former president.
Okay,
The reason for that,
you prevented VP Sara from entering.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because the reason for that is that 12 hours na ang nakalipas at tapos na ang lahat ng mga delaying tactics.
Nick,
I cannot allow that. Otherwise,
Nick,
magiging magulo pa ang situation,
Nag-expire
sir.
pala yung karapatan ng akusado.
may expiration date pala yung karapatan ng anak na bumisita sa kanyang tatay.
Sir, we do believe, ako, sir, personally, that's my call at that time because I'm operating on the premise na
So it's your
aking
call.
mission.
So it's your call to
Yes,
violate
sir.
the law.
Yes.
It's your call to violate the law. Dahil nakalagay sa batas, binasa ni Senator Alan Cayetano na bawal na pigilan yung anak na bumisita. So it's your call to violate the law.
Hindi sa ganong context, sir.
Oo.
Anong konteksto?
Anong
Kasi
konteksto
sabi
mo?
mo lang, talagang hinadlangan mo yung pagpasok eh.
Mr. President, I won't belabor the point kasi sinagot nyo naman, sir, yung tanong ko. Kasi nga, going back to Ambassador Lacanilao, that's a violation of the law. If you look at the law, it says arrested, detained, and custodial investigation. Kung arrested lang to, baka may lusot, 12 hours, 6 hours, matagal na. Pero ang nakalagay sa law kasi, you cannot deny pag arrested, detained, and custodial investigation. No if, no buts tong batas na to because nga, in the past, lalo pagka, wala pa namang internet masyado nito eh. 1992, no? Wala pa masyado yung mga, bago pa lang yung mga, cellphone na ba nito or ano? But ang point, sir, there's no exceptions here. So that's a matter of defense kay General Torre. But just to pursue this, yung Dr. Suba ni President Duterte certified him fit to travel. Di ba sabi niyo, sir, eventually pinapasok niyo rin doktor niya. So nung una, sa video nakita ko, hindi pa kasi niyo nasasubmit yung buong video, kaya hindi pa namin nare-review, no? That's why I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Kasi I'm not an eyewitness, I didn't see and even if I'm not an eyewitness, I didn't view the video, no? So dun sa nakita ko kasi, you were denying, the President was saying, you have to make sure I'm fit to travel, and then sabi niya, doktor ko, ang sabi niyo, may doktor na dito, it was a police or military colonel. So eventually you let in some of his doctors, correct, sir? Yeah. Did they certify that he was fit to travel?
I believe, sir, on that argument, we can already
No,
take...
it's not an argument. I was just
Sir,
asking.
okay, sir.
Did
Sir-
they certify that he was fit to travel or hindi sila tinanong were they fit to travel?
It's not part of the procedure for his private doctors for that to do that, sir. It will be the government doctors who will be
No,
taking
that's not
that, sir.
true, sir. Ang nakalagay ho dito sa batas, it can be his doctors. magiging inutil yung batas if you invite your doctors and then they cannot certify. So, ang mangyayari nun, if they certify hindi pwede, sinertify ng doctor pwede, korte ang magsasabi at kakasuhan yung doktor na nagkakamali. Hindi mo pwede basta't i-replace ng government doctor yung, so like now, no? If anyone here biglang nag-faint at sinabing hindi na siya pwedeng mag-appear dito, we have a Senate doctor. But if it's the doctor of the witness who tells us, we cannot immediately judge on the two. Kasi even dito po sa surrender, may mga tanong about being fit to travel eh. Na ang nakalagay nga and even yung baka mapahamak yung kapitan. Kasi kung titignan niyo po yung yung
Yes.
pinirmahan ng kapitan, sa pinirmahan niya po may nakalagay doon Saan 'yan?
Yes, Senator Cayetano, kung pwede lang i-clarify,
anyway,
ang nangyari, si Kitty, sinabi talaga na hindi pinapasok yung doktor. At sinabi ni Dr. Rosa Alensi na ang dating Pangulo, napakataas na ng kanyang diabetes, umabot ng 328, he needs to be admitted directly to a hospital. Nagkaroon ng diskusyon doon sa Villamor, pinatawag yata nung isang Colonel Dr. Donald Palma, cardiologist, na hindi siya nasa kalagayan na magbiyahe ng mahaba, pero pinirmahan ni Dr. Colonel Jonathan Rico, isa na namang Armed Forces Doctor, Commanding Officer ng Air Force, na pwede siyang bumiyahe. So, ibig sabihin, maliwanag na ang pumirma ng certification of fit to travel ay hindi kanyang doktor na hindi pinapasok, kundi doktor ng AFP.
Correct ba ho ang pagkakwento ni Chairperson? No, Senator Go, just before ito yung dahilan kung ba't ko tinatanong Sabi nga ni SOJ sub judice meron na request, may petition for writ of habeas corpus. Ang aking concern ngayon, kasi ang bata, ang ginagaya, hindi yung salita natin, yung gawa. And I think ganun din sa batang pulis, batang militar, batang tanod, batang NBI. They're watching now. So what if someone was arrested in Tawi-Tawi? Can he be visited by his family anytime? And can his doctor, they say, hindi mo pwede ilipad ng Manila yan? That's why I'm asking all of this, because according to Ambassador Marcos, Lacanilao, walang violation. Sabi niyo, walang violation, pero apparent dito. No? So I just want to put that on record. Sana malinaw natin yan. Kasi may police, meron din po kayong, di ba, revised PNP operation procedure. Pati doon, pareho nung batas pero parang hindi nasunod. So I submit to you and to Senator Bongo. Thank you for waiting.
Thank you, Senator Cayetano. Ambassador Lacanilao, babalikan ko lang yung pinirmahan ninyo. Andito na sinabi ninyo, kahit nagkakadiskusyon na tungkol sa diabetes ni Presidente Duterte at yung kanyang kalagayan, pinirmahan ninyo that you don't know if he's fit to travel or not. Bakit pinagbiyahe yan kung hindi ka sigurado?
Ma'am, first of all, kasi hindi po ako nasa medical field, hindi ako ang doktor. Kaya
pero pinirmahan mo rin na hiniling niya na dalhin siya sa ospital kaagad kasi masama na ang pakiramdam.
Ma'am, kasi hindi po niya, that time, nag-request ho si former ES Medialdea na i-inform ko, paglapag namin sa Hague, ang ICC na mabigyan si former president ng medical assistance. Sabi niya, baka hindi ka pakinggan. Sabi ko, kakausapin ko po. Kaya ho, nag-request ho ako that time, paglapag namin, kinausap ko po kaagad.
So, hindi totoo na hindi mo alam? Alam mo na may problema?
Hindi po. Kasi po, yun po yung request. Wala po ko alam kung may yung, kasi hindi naman po ko yung doktor.
Hindi ko naman sinasabi na doktor ka, ambassador ka, sinabi mo kanina. Pero ang pinirmahan mo rito, you do not know. Paano you don't know, nagkakagulo na tungkol sa doktor?
Hindi po. Yun nga po, nag-request lang po si former ES Medialdea na ambassador, mag-request tayo sa ICC para mabigyan ng medical assistance si former president. Pero hindi po namin pinag-usapan kung ano po yung kalagayan na mataas po ang kanyang sugar o mataas ang kanyang...
Hindi, humihingi na nga na direktang dalhin sa ospital. Tanungin natin si Senator Bongo. Kanina pa nagtataas ng kamay, sorry.
Ako nagtatanong, ako po magtatanong. To Ambassador Marcos Lacanilaw, totoo ba na pagdating doon sa The Hague, sinakay siya sa stretcher, siya na lang mag-isa? Yes or no?
Opo.
Hindi nyo na sinamahan?
Hindi po kami inalaw ho ng ICC.
Paano yung mga medisina niya?
Yun pong kanyang personal nurse together with the PNP doctor, nakipag-coordinate sa doktor ng
Hindi
ICC
sila
and
pinababa?
binigay ho yung...
Yes or no?
Ano po yun?
Hindi sila pinababa?
Hindi po.
Wala siyang kasama binaba?
Wala po, siya lang po.
Siya lang mag-isa?
Opo.
Alam nyo ba, marami siyang medisina, 27 yan, araw-araw. Kung ano yung pinainom sa kanya, hanggang ngayon po, hindi pa rin pinapainom sa kanya, kahit pinagdalawang beses na pinadalahan siya mula sa Pilipinas, hindi pinapapasok. Dahil gusto nila sila ang maggamot. Paano na lang po kung hindi hiyang o hindi naayon sa kanyang karamdaman. Yung nasa Villamor pa lang po, si dating Pangulong Duterte, mataas yung blood sugar niya. And he is due for check-up po, March 12. Andiyan dyan po yung nurse niya. Monthly po yan. December, January, February, March. Buwan-buwan po yung kanyang medical procedure. 80 years old na po yan. Buwan-buwan, ako mismo sinasamahan ko. Pati yung gamot niya, buwan-buwan, ako rin po nagpapadala. May karamdaman na po si Tatay Digong. Alam niyo po, ganitong totoong kwento. Para alam niyo lang po yung totoo. Nung dumating si dating Pangulong Duterte, andyan dyan po yung doktor niya. Harap ko po si Chief PNP Marbil. Tinanong ko po, Sir, saan niyo ba dadalhin? Kasi dito yung mga doktor. Sabi niyo, dadalhin po sa kampo sa 250. Kaya tinanong ko po yung spokesperson na hindi nagsasabi ng totoo. Tinanong ko saan dadalhin. Hindi niya ako sinagot, tinilikuran niya ako. Sumunod po kami. Nung sumunod kami, hindi na po ako pinapasok. That was 10 o'clock. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Meron pong sumundo sa amin. Sumakay ako sa sasakyan ni Ma'am Hanilet. Pagbaba sa gate, binababa po ako. That was 3 o'clock pa lang po. Binababa po ako. Hindi po ako pinapasok. Respeto lang naman ang hinihingi ko. Just for the record. Sino bang pumigil nito? Bakit kaya hindi kami pinapasok? Kaya hindi po ako nagtataka kung hindi po pinapasok si VP Sara nung gabi. Paano papasok? Sarado na yung gate. As in, sarado. Lahat po ng gate sa kampo, sarado na po. Nung sinubukan ko pong pumasok, nagpaalam po kami. Pinababa po ako. Kahit nakasakay na po ako sa sasakyan. Nakiusap na lang po ako papasukin yung mga doktor. Yung 3 doktor po. It took you about 3 hours, 4 hours pa po. After his arrival, bago pinapasok yung doktor. Yung oxygen niya nandoon, yung ambulansya po nandoon. Inantay muna about 3 to 4 hours or even 5 hours bago pinapasok po yung ambulansya. Pati yung doktor niya. Doon pa po nalaman na mataas 300 plus po ang kanyang blood sugar. With that findings, kung talagang chinek up ng doktor ninyo ng maayos, he is not fit to fly. He is not fit to fly. Due for check-up na po siya and admission po, March 12. You may check with his hospital sa Cardinal Santos. Naka-reserve na po yun. A week before pa po. Hindi naman magsisinungaling yung hospital. Yan na po. Yung gusto lang natin malaman dito, yung katotohanan lamang po. The truth. The truth.
General?
Kung ano lang po yung totoo. Salamat po.
General, tama ba yung sinasabi ni Senator Bongo na 3 oras nang nag-iintay yung sariling doktor ni dating Pangulo at hindi pinapapasok ng pagkahaba-habang panahon samantalang may sakit yung kanyang pasyente?
There was a doctor from Cardinal Santos, ma'am, babae. At nag-request pa nga yun nung...
3 oras bang nag-intay?
Nag-request pa ng... na magpapasok ng ECG, ma'am.
Pero 3 oras nag-intay?
3 to 4 hours po bago pinapasok ang doktor at yung ambulansya. Ginawa nga pong installment yung pagpapasok ninyo. Una, papasukin muna yung isang doktor. Pinapasok na naman yung isang doktor. Finally po, kailangan pumasok yung ambulansya, yung ECG mismo, pati yung oxygen. Anuhin mo naman yung doktor, wala yung ambulansya, wala yung ECG, wala yung oxygen. Tingnan niyo po yung records niyo, ano oras nakapasok. 10 a.m. yung arrival, kapasok yung doktor, mga alas 2 na po, siguro alas 3. It took 4 hours. Pakiusap ko lang po yung katotohanan lamang po. Huwag na tayong magpaligoy-ligoy dito, huwag na natin iikot pa. The truth lang po.
Maraming salamat, Senator Go. At nakita ko yung mga retrato ni Presidente Duterte, nakahiga, natutulog sa isang maliit na upuan, may oxygen cannula. Talagang sintomas yun pag nahihilo na sa diabetes. Hindi ba kayo natauhan doon sa sitwasyon niya, sa kalagayan niya? Di ba kayo nag-alala na yung inaaresto ninyo talagang masama ang kalagayan, maluba ang karamdaman? Yes, General Torre. Nakita mo naman siguro, nakita ko lang sa picture, di mas lalo mong nakita.
Regarding the medical condition of the former president, sa tingin ko naman, ma'am, supisyente ang mga doktor na nandun, and I defer to their expertise.
Pero hindi niya doktor. Ayon sa batas, siya ang pipili ng doktor.
Ma'am, may picture tayo rito na may doktor siyang sarili galing sa sa Cardinal Santos. Babae po yun, nakaputing t-shirt, at siya po ay doktor ni PRRD. Ang sa akin lang dito, ma'am, is that I take comfort on the fact that we have a benefit of 2020 hindsight, ma'am. Bago maglanding aeroplano ni President Duterte, he himself was the one who made a video, pinadala niya sa anak niya, pinost ni Kitty, sinasabi niya okay siya. So I think all the discussions now about his medical condition, parang siya na mismo nagsabi mo na okay siya bago maglanding sa Hague. At ibinigay niya kay Kitty yon, pinost sa internet yon, and everyone saw it. Thank you, ma'am.
Madam Chair, I understand what you're saying, General Torre. Ang problema nga, kung ako ay pulis sa Batanes, sa kahit saan, sa sulok ng Taguig, sa sulok ng Pangasinan, sa sulok ng ang laki-laki ng Davao, Cebu City, tapos sinabing kailangan ko doktor ko, and then sabihin isa lang sufficiente or sa militar sufficiente, paano kung may nangyari sa kanila? That's why the law is clear. The law is clear. Doctors, priest, choice nung inaaresto or dinidetain, and then ganun din pag family members. No ifs, no buts. Diba? So, I have seen Supreme Court cases where they said that this is not to be a precedent, that this is a special case. Diba? We've seen Supreme Court cases. So, if you say this is a special case, given the circumstance, I will not say you're right, but I will not argue with you. But if you tell me, sir, okay naman siya, o tignan mo. So paano nga kung, kasi, the law is clear Hindi naman ikaw magsasabing sufficiente, hindi. But you're supposed to allow all of his doctors in right away, and you're supposed to allow his family members there and not deny them. So yun lang yung point that I want to make. Especially kung si Ambassador Lacanilao also is certifying to the ICC. I'm not sure but tingin ko, kaya hindi kinuha kagad si President Duterte na hindi mo pa napirmahan lahat. Because ayaw nilang kunin, tapos hindi fit to travel, pag na-stroke yun o may nangyari sa kanya, human rights institution yun, sila pagbibintangan. Kaya ka pinapirma muna na at hindi kukunin hanggang hindi ka pumirma, para yung responsibility na sa atin. Diba? So that's what I'm saying, General Torre, that what I'm discussing with you now is beyond what happened here. It's the revised rules of PNP operational procedure vis-a-vis the Republic Act 7438. Sa 7438, there's no exception eh. Hindi sinabi dito na pag ganitong oras, hindi na pwede yung anak. Pagka ganito, yung doktor, pipila ka sa labas, hindi ganitong oras. Di ba? So anyway, I think we both made our points naman unless you want to add on that. No?
Yes, if it's all right, I think Attorney Martin Delgra is now online. Committee Secretary, if you'll administer the oath, please. Nasaan si Attorney Delgra?
I'm here, Madam Chair.
Yes, where are you
I'm
physically
present,
located?
Via Zoom.
Nasa
I'm
Hague pa
actually
po
at The Hague,
kayo?
the Netherlands.
Mukhang malamig ang damit nyo eh.
Opo, so medyo, I'm not used to this kind of weather po.
Sige, yes, Secretary,
Malamig,
please.
yeah.
Attorney Delgra, kindly raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in the Senate investigation?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. Madam Chair.
Yes, thank you very much, Attorney Delgra. You said you had some questions for Ambassador Lacanilao. Please proceed.
If I may, Madam Chair, just a very short opening statement, because I have been listening to the proceedings earlier, especially on what Ambassador Lacanilao said, as well as General Torres' statement made earlier. But before that, if I may make a very short opening statement, if I may be allowed.
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. I thank the Senate Committee for inviting me in today's hearing. At the outset, it is our humble submission that the Senate Committee and eventually Congress to craft meaningful legislation, among others, on making persons liable who bring, cause to bring, or forced to bring Filipinos out of the country without legal or proper travel documents. We understand that under current legislation, I may not be properly informed, but it is only the person who travel or attempt to travel illegally abroad who is personally liable. In the case of the former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, he has vehemently objected his transport to The Hague, the Netherlands. When General Torre and his PNP personnel were finally able to surround and secure the person of the former president and eventually into the plane and to The Hague, he loudly objected, and I quote, "You have to kill me to bring me to The Hague." He said that at least twice. That said, the former president, he has consistently said that he will face any case that may be filed against him in the Philippines in relation to his administration campaign against illegal drugs. Another point that I would like to state here for the record for the Senate Committee to consider is to review the consistent government policy to assist any Filipino harassed, arrested, detained, or even convicted abroad for whatever cases filed against them, extending in any legal assistance, including the repatriation of its citizen to the Philippines. Very recently, three Filipinos were detained in China, but were assisted by the Philippine government through this administration. And I think 2 or 3 days ago, 15 Filipinos whose cases were dismissed in Qatar, crediting this administration's assistance to our kababayan. What is upsetting and mind-boggling to me is that we have an elderly Filipino citizen, an 80-year-old Filipino, who was arrested and detained in the Philippines, allegedly by virtue of a foreign, not a local warrant, and forcibly brought out of the country to be brought to trial in a foreign court. And that is my opening statement, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And
You had a
precisely
question?
why what the government, Ambassador Lacanilao is saying is utterly untrue, as well as what General Torre have said earlier about the doctor.
Ano po ang nangyari sa pakiwari ninyo? Kasi sinasabi ninyo hindi totoo yung sinabi ni Ambassador Lacanilao at ni General Torre. Ano ba talaga ang nangyari?
Just to give context, Madam Chair, in the same way that Senator Bongo was not allowed entry when we arrived at the NAIA 3 terminal and to talk to the former president, but he was eventually brought to Villamor, we were able to follow the former president to Villamor. Apparently, the guards at Villamor were not able to see who else were in the convoy, so we were able to get in. Unfortunately for Senator Bongo and the rest, including some lawyers, they were not able to get in, despite their request that they be able to see the president. That said, I was there all throughout the day until the time he left in the evening. And Ambassador Lacanilao was there as well inside the Villamor Air Base. So as to the question number 8 of that information on the surrender and transfer of the detained person referring to the former president, hindi naman po masabi. Let's take away the certification mentioned by the DOJ because he has personal knowledge of the fact that the former president was never transferred or brought to a national competent judicial authority in the Philippines. So he knows it for a fact. He does not have to wait for a DOJ certification to answer the question asked of him by an ICC representative.
Tama naman.
Ambassador
Ambassador Lacanilao, gusto niyong sagutin kasi nandun ka mula pa sa eroplano hanggang sa The Hague, 2 days after pa. Pwede niyong sagutin yung tinatanong ni Ambassador Delgra. Alam mo naman hindi mo kailangan ng certification, di ka naman kinakailangan mag-antay pa
Nung tinurn over ko po, yung certification, may communication na po kami. Yung certification, yun nga lang ho, nagkakaroon ho ng delay na ma-receive ko.
Certification ang pinag-uusapan mo. Yung pinirmahan mo, Competent National Judicial Authority. Hindi nga dinala sa husgadong Pilipino Alam mo naman yun kasama ka all along Oversee nga ang ginagawa mo. Di alam mo lahat.
Madam Chair, may I follow up with that?
Senator Bato.
Follow up on that question. Ito, very clear yung sagot mo dito Do not know. Hindi mo alam na hindi siya dinala sa judicial authority.
Yun hong certification ho ng DOJ ang ano ho dyan.
Sige ka-insist nung certification ng DOJ. Ang tinatanong dito, competent judicial authority. Korte. Korte ang ibig sabihin nito. So alam mo ba na dinala sa korte o hindi? RTC Pasay or RTC Paranaque?
Hindi ko po alam.
Hindi mo alam? Hindi mo alam?
Kasi yung tinatanong...
Hindi, nandun ka, di ba? Sabi mo, ikaw nag-converse
ang ano ko nga po dyan yung certification niya. Ngayon, yung
wala naman ito kinalaman sa certification. Dinala ba sa husgado o hindi?
Hindi
yes
ko po alam.
Hindi mo alam? Kasama ka the whole time hanggang sa Hague.
Nandun ka sa...
magsabi ka ng totoo. We're all under oath here.
Yes, madam.
So alam mo kung dinala siya o hindi?
Hindi mo alam.
Hindi ko po alam. Kasi hindi naman ho ako...
Paano hindi mo alam? Binantayan mo mula nung dumating mula sa Hong Kong, sa airport, dinala sa Villamor, dinala sa The Hague, kasama ko all throughout.
Opo.
Pag sinabi mong di mo alam, you are lying. You are lying. And nandun ka all the time Hindi mo alam na dinala siya sa korte? Hindi mo alam?
Hindi ko po alam, Mr. Senator.
May I clarify?
I think we should ask Attorney Delgra, what do you think of the answer given that he was not aware of any information regarding the competent National Judicial Authority that he signed on to? Pwede bang mangyari yon, Attorney Delgra?
I join the observation of Senator Bato that the Ambassador Lacanilao is lying. Kasi all he needs to know is whether the former president was brought out of Villamor and brought to a local court. We don't have to skirt and hide behind a DOJ certification to attest to the fact as to whether he was brought to a local court or not. He was there all throughout, as he has in fact admitted. So all he has to do is, hindi po inilabas yung former president to be brought to a local court. I think that would have been sufficient for him to say. But he keeps on saying that he does not know.
Kasi ang
That's the
tamang
problem.
sagot, no. Hindi po ba? Ang tamang sagot, no. At alam niyang no. Kailanman hindi dinala sa husgado. Tama po ba?
I agree with that, Madam Chair, that the proper answer to this question would have been no.
Thank you, Attorney Delgra. Ambassador Lacanilaw?
Yes, ma'am. Still, ma'am, yung nasabi ko po.
You still didn't know, in spite of overseeing the entire operation for both the Interpol and the entire government of the Philippine Republic. Tama?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Hindi mo pa rin alam.
Yes,
Madam Chair, last chance mo, Ambassador Lacanilaw. We are giving you the chance to say the truth.
Opo.
Hindi
Nagsasabi
mo
po
alam.
ako ng totoo. Hindi, opo.
Hindi mo alam na hindi siya dinala.
Opo.
Nasaan
Ikaw nag-oversee
sa
doon?
airport? Saan ka doon sa airport? Nandun ka sa picture?
Dun ho sa tube.
Oh.
Tapos
Oh,
dun
so sa tube
lounge.
ka pa?
Sa tube.
Sumalubong
Wala
ka
sa
doon sa
tube.
aeroplano, sa tube. Hanggang dinala siya sa Billabor, kasama ka.
Sa 250?
Oh,
Sa 250, umalis ho ako eh.
saan ka pumunta?
Dun ho sa likod. Kasi meron hong waiting area dun
Sa
sa
likod
likod.
lang.
Sa likod
pero
lang,
hindi
pero-
ka umalis.
So
Tapos-
hindi na ho ako nag-intervene after nun eh.
Hindi mo alam na hindi siya dinala.
Hindi po.
Madam Chair, I think this resource person is lying.
Yes, that seems clear. Secretary Remulla, you wanted to add to the false testimony
Ma'am, again,
here?
the form that was made to, that he was made to answer is an extradition form. That's why the requirements that it's asking for are questions about extradition. But this is a surrender. It's a very
Yes.
different process that happened.
Yes, we've heard that argument before. Thank you, Secretary.
Aside from that form, kinonfirm niya ngayon, ilang beses niya sinasabi na hindi daw talaga niya alam na dinala sa korte o hindi.
And
Madam Chair.
I don't think they would have accepted him in the ICC if there was no certification from the DOJ at that time, because the certification was acceptable to the ICC because the DOJ is deemed a competent judicial authority by the ICC. We're not claiming to be,
Since
but
when
under
did
the system,
the DOJ become a judicial
No,
authority?
under the system of the ICC.
Justice Ascuna,
As
I
Justice
think I'll
Ascuna
need your
said,
help here.
the
namang,
Prosecutor General-
inaako na ng executive ang judicial power.
The prosecutor,
Parang malabo na to.
Ma'am, the prosecutor in the ICC setup is part of the court. And that's why they're considered competent judicial authority, if I can understand it
Pero kung
properly.
maaalala natin,
I think we can ask Justice Ascuna.
ang saligang batas na sinumpaan natin, wala namang ganun.
Yes,
Ang
ma'am.
court, maliwanag yung
It's the
Supreme
understanding
Court.
of the ICC I'm explaining, ma'am.
Ay, nakakatuwa naman to. Saan tayo mauuwi ng ganito? Ngayon, ang DOJ na ang korte. Ganon.
No, ma'am. No. It's just the understanding of the ICC. that
Please
the
make up your mind. Sabi mo, you have judicial power.
No, we
And
don't have
you're the
judicial power.
competent
Don't put
national judicial
we don't
authority.
put words into action that were not really said. What we're saying is that is the understanding of the
I think the same statement
ICC.
was made by your ASEC or USEC Clavano.
Yes, that is the understanding that the ICC has of the function of a prosecutor, because under their system, a prosecutor is part of the court and thus competent judicial authority. That is the ICC's way
And the same
of treating
prosecutor was in
a
fact
prosecutor.
Filipino?
Well,
Sabi,
to their
national.
understanding, it's competent judicial
Yung
authority
ICC
under the ICC.
prosecutor na Pakistani English naging Pinoy?
Well,
Sure ka?
ma'am, they have a different way of looking at judicial authority in the ICC. That's why
Looking,
the form.
isang tingin lang makikita mo, hindi naman Pilipino yung prosecutor nila, pambira naman.
Madam Chair, I just would like to advise Ambassador Lacanilaw that, alam mo, kami dito, hindi kami nagsasite in contempt porque ayaw namin yung sagot mo. Hindi po namin ugali yan dito. Kaya huwag kang maglala, hindi kita cite in contempt. Hindi ako magmumosyon. Hindi ako magmumosyon na cite in contempt ka. Fair kami dito lumaban. Fair ang labanan dito. At hindi po kami mag-abuso sa aming power. Huwag kang maglala. Gusto ko lang. Kaya pinaulit-ulit ko. Kasi gusto ko lang talaga na magsabi ka ng totoo. Pero kung yun ang totoo as far as you are concerned, then okay lang sa akin yun. Sige lang. But hindi po kami abusado dito ha. Na ikakontempt ka kahit porque hindi ko gusto yung sagot mo. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat. Nagtitiisan tayo. Si Asik Miko Clavano, sinabi nung March 13, ang naging role namin ay National Competent Judicial Authority to attest na lahat ng proper processes ay ginawa. Paano naman nangyari yun?
That's a certification that we made, which was acceptable to the ICC, because under their system, the prosecutor general is part of the court, or the main prosecutor.
Part of the ICC, but
the
it's
ICC
hardly
court.
a Filipino court. It's hardly a national court, Secretary.
It's an equivalent to them. For them, it's equivalent. That's why they accepted. If they accepted the turnover of the
Equivalent is not
president,
the same po.
it's not the same. But it was acceptable to them because that's how their system works.
Okay. Let's now delve deeper into the circumstances surrounding the arrest. I give up it's falsehood upon falsehood. General Torre, when were you assigned as the head of the CIDG? Dahil naalala ko, inaresto po ninyo si Pastor Kibuloy, August 24, tapos na-promote kayo. Pero by the way, congratulations, na-promote pala kayo. Wala pang isang buwan, na-promote kayo ulit. At napunta kayo sa CIDG 2024, di po ba? Isang buwan after the Kibuloy arrest, tama po ba?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were assigned to the CIDG specifically. What would you say are the main mandates of the CIDG? Anong mission nito?
We're the lead investigating unit of the PNP on matters delving on major crimes and those involving economic sabotage and other sensational cases that may be assigned by the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
So to reiterate, it's monitoring, investigation, and prosecution of all crimes related to economic sabotage and other crimes of such magnitude to the extent that they're commissioned by highly placed or professional criminal syndicates are involved. Tama po ba yun?
Yes, ma'am.
That is your mission.
That's the general mission, ma'am.
Yes. And part of the CID mission as well is to investigate major violations of the revised penal code, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the CIDG is largely the elite investigation arm of the PNP, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, tama?
Yes, ma'am.
Kung ganon, yung pag-aaresto ng high-profile persons katulad ni PRRD, kasama sa core function ninyo, investigasyon pa rin ba yun?
Implementation of warrants is part of the CIDG's mandate, ma'am.
Yes, but it's the after effect. It's not the core function. Bakit kayo naging lead? Kitang-kita naman, nung March 11, not only was the CIDG involved in the arrest, kayo pa rin yung lead sa operation.
Yes,
We can clearly see na kayo ang pinakamataas. You were the highest ranking member of the PNP in many of the videos.
I was directed by the Chief of the Philippine National Police, ma'am.
Yes, perhaps our Chief PNP can explain. Bakit yung CIDG ang naging lead? Samantalang investigasyon ang dapat mission nila.
Ma'am, I just want to, yun sa background po natin, yun sa PNP po, ang Interpol, PCTC, ang dalawa lang po ipinapadala niya, no? Pagka dun sa PNP po, ang main task po namin, pagka PCTC, CIDG, ang sa NBI naman, NBI Interpol. So usually, pagka may request po ang PCTC, ang pinakadiretso po namin is CIDG, not any other unit when it comes to arrest po.
Pero you had the choice, ano?
Madam Chair.
Hindi naman lagi CIDG nag-aaresto nitong mga high-profile personalities. Wala naman ako nakikitang CIDG sa TV pag nakikita yung iba't ibang krimen. Hindi naman lagi sila eh.
Ma'am, when it comes to the request of the PCTC, ang tasking po is always sa CIDG po. Yun po yung ano natin sa
Ang
PCTC.
binanggit ni Executive Director ay yung NBI. Wala siyang binanggit na CIDG.
Ma'am, when it comes to the PNP, ang PNP po, ang automatic po namin, it's from me, I always task the CIDG po when it comes to Interpol matters po.
So it's in fact your choice. General Torre is a trusted and competent general, and that's the reason you chose him.
No, ma'am, that's for me, it's always the CIDG when it comes to yung mga national po ng ano po ng huli po.
Yes, Senator Bato, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. General Marbel, kung si General Torre ang pinapa-operate mo doon, ibig bang sabihin na lahat ng actions niya, lahat ng ginawa niya ay sanction mo?
Opo, it's under po ng Philippine National Police po yan.
So lahat ng ginawa niya, sagot mo?
Yes, sir. Opo.
Thank you. That's the PNP that I would like to believe. Whatever your people does or fail to do, sagot mo. Diba?
Just want to clarify, no? Ang sinasabi po natin, all legal po. Ang sinasabi lang, we're just assisting po yung PCTC. That's reasonable po na ang request po is coming from PCTC
I'm not referring to PCTC anymore. Yung sa kabuuhan ng operation.
Dito po sa Philippine National Police, lahat po ng action ng Philippine National under po sa atin, it's all legal po. When it comes to illegal, meron naman po kami mga ginagawa po dyan.
Hindi ko na sinabi illegal. Akin lang, basta yung ginawa ng tao mo, sagot mo. Dahil ikaw si PNP, di ba? Dapat ganun. Yan man talagang kuwan natin, trabaho natin. Sagot ko kayo lahat dahil you are carrying out my orders.
Yes, sir. Tama po yan. Kasi ang mandate po ng CIDG is really to effect po yung mga warrants of arrest po.
Okay, just for the record. Just for the record, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Yes, maraming salamat. Palibhasa inassign nga ni Chief PNP si General Torre bilang lead ng pag-aaresto kay former President. Masasabi ba natin na yung aresto ni PRRD ay CIDG operation?
It's a PCTC operation, ma'am, requested to the Philippine National Police.
Pero kayo ang lead. So ikaw ang masasabi natin. Kitang-kita naman doon sa video, kayo nagmamando, sangkatutak yung pulis, pero kayo yung pinakamatasang rango. Pagkatapos, talagang CIDG operation ng labas. Tama ba yun?
Sa level, ma'am, ng implementation ng orders, pagbigay ng mission, that is led by me, supported by the other units of the Philippine National Police, as directed by the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
That's right, but I did not see any other higher-ranking generals than you. You were the only one there. You were clearly the one leading the pack and determining what would happen next.
Baka hindi lang siguro, ma'am, na nakikita ang ibang high-ranking officers doon sapagkat nakamix ang
sinabi mo nga, Nick, na you said that oh, sir, ako ang pinakamataas dito.
Yes, sir.
I'm two-star, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you stick to that.
Pero meron, sir, mga matataas na official doon, sir.
Ito,
At together with me, sir,
Sino-sino na mas mataas sa'yo at nagmamando? Wala naman kasi kaming narinig. Ikaw lang ang nandun. Wala namang masama kung ikaw ang inassign. Di syempre, gagampanan mo, di ba?
We are under the direction of the Chief PNP. He was there personally. Ang pag-implement lang, sir, ng actual arrest ay ang aking ginawa, and I operated under that direction to ensure the proper service of the warrant, the observation of the law, protection of the arrested person, and ensuring his safe delivery sa kung saan man siya pinapadala sa akin.
So simple lang. Was it a CIDG operation? Yes or no lang po? Para
no, ma'am. That's a PNP operation.
CIDG bahagi naman ng PNP. Pero sa dinami-dami ng division, sa dinami-dami ng pangkat sa PNP, CIDG ang pinili ng Chief PNP na maglulunsad nito. Tama po ba?
That is an operation, composite operation. That is an operation headed by a composite team of the PNP, led by the director of the CIDG, ma'am.
So, who gave the order to
The chief.
have President Duterte transported to The Hague? Sino nagbigay sa'yo ng order?
Sir, my order is to serve, the order that I received from the Chief of the Philippine National Police is to serve the warrant and ensure his delivery to the 250th Wing, to the team that will deliver him to The Hague. On the nuances of the higher authorities, I may not be privy to that information.
Okay. Hanggang doon lang sa 250. Sino nagpadala sa kanya sa aeroplano? Nagpasakay sa aeroplano?
The order for me, sir, is to deliver him to the team that will deliver him to The Hague. And
Sinong team na yun?
Na-establish naman natin, sir, that it is done by the Interpol.
Interpol? Sinong Interpol doon? Sinong Interpol doon?
Si Ambassador Lacanilaw?
Si Lacanilaw o nag-order sa'yo na isakay sa aeroplano?
Sir, I think we have already established. Yung order ko is for me to deliver him to the 250th Wing and deliver him to the team.
Okay,
at assist
nandun na
the
siya
team.
sa 250th Wing. Ngayon, pinilit mo siyang ilabas. Nakita ko pa yung matanda, humawak sa lamisa. Ayaw siya magpadala sa'yo. Ayaw niyang sumakay sa aeroplano. Sino nag-order sa'yo na isakay siya sa aeroplano? Sino nag-order sa'yo?
Can I defer the questions, sir? The answer to the questions to the SOJ, considering that I have a team
you are
of the
the
PG
one
there.
there. Wala si SOJ doon. Ikaw ang nagkarga sa kanya sa aeroplano. Kaya tinatanong kita, who gave you the order?
Still, sir, I take my orders from the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
So, Chief PNP, you give the order to have former President Duterte board the plane?
Ma'am, I think that from the very beginning, the DOJ's advice was sought on every step of the way.
Yes, sir.
And we gave the clearance to serve the warrant
Yes, sir.
of arrest.
I am asking them because they are on the ground. Sila ang nag-implement doon. Kaya, Chief PNP, you give the order to the CIDG?
The order of to the CID is really to assist the PCTC when it comes to arrest po.
So, sino nagbigay ng order kay General Torre na ipasakay sa aeroplano?
It's always the guidance that ang ano po namin is really to assist ang PCTC po.
Kaya nga, PCTC. Were you the one who ordered the boarding of President Duterte sa aeroplano?
Yes, General Alcantara, please.
Mr. Senator, Madam Chair, I've said from time to time that my mandate is to coordinate our law enforcement agencies to comply with the requirement of the Interpol.
Correct. I believe you, sir. Coordination ka lang. Coordination ka lang. Pero sinabi ni General Marvel na ikaw daw nag-order sa kanya.
That is the limit of my power.
Yeah. But according to General Marvel, ikaw daw nag-order sa kanila na isakay sa aeroplano si Pangulong Duterte.
And that is the limit also of my authority. That's my mandate. My mandate is to coordinate, disseminate.
So, for the record, hindi ka nagbigay ng order kay General Marvel na isakay siya sa aeroplano? Hindi. For the record.
For the record, I am not the authority to order the arrest, to order the boarding of the plane.
Categorically, did you or did you not give the order to General Marvel?
No.
No. So, General Marvel, are you lying?
Sir, I'm not lying, but I just want to have the executive privilege po regarding this matter. This operational matter.
Nandito na tayo eh. Executive privilege ka dyan.
Bakit naging executive privilege?
Kanina sinabi mo, PCTC ang nagbigay ng order. Ngayon, executive privilege ka.
Kung sino-sino na tinuro mo.
That's why we didn't want to attend the last hearing because this is what we were expecting, ma'am. We didn't want to be bullied into a position.
No, we're not bullying you, sir. We're not
I
bullying
think
you, sir. We're not bullying you, sir.
You're trying to make people admit something that they will not admit. And executive privilege is a valid excuse not to answer any question.
President Duterte is already at The Hague. We are asking kung sino nagpadala doon sa kanya.
Sino
Yun ang tanong
nag-order?
natin.
We're trying to understand every step of
As
the
I said
way.
earlier, everything was cleared with the DOJ.
We are not bullying you, sir. Ha? We want the truth.
That's why if we
So,
try
sir-
to make a person admit something that should not be admitted, it means that there is something more to it, which is the clearance given by the DOJ was probably the most important part of it, to serve the warrant of arrest and to surrender the person under the law.
I'm sorry, Secretary Remulla. I recall that General Torre, nagbigay siya ng interview na sinabi niya, bigyan lang ako ng eroplano. Ako nang bahala dyan. Tama po ba? Yung nabasa ko, na sinabi niyo, ako nang bahala, basta bigyan ako ng eroplano. Nabasa po namin sa media, fake news po ba yun o hindi?
Kasi kailangan niyo po talaga siyang ilipad sa dahil.
General Torre.
Please panoorin ninyo, nandyan, arrest him, bring him to the Hague, yun lang. Pakita lang.
So paano po
General
ibinabasa
Torre.
inyo ni PNP Chief Marbil na how did he say that to you? Na no matter what, we need to fly the former president to the Hague and we need to implement the ICC arrest warrant?
Arrest him and bring him to the Hague. Yun na. Simple as that. Arrest him and bring him to the Hague. Sagot ko lang, sir, bigyan mo ko aeroplano. O di ayos.
And then the rest, you planned everything.
Matagal na yan eh. Ang plano na yan, matagal na yan. Hindi yan spur of the moment eh. Matagal na yan. And nagkataon lang na talagang yun, the opportunity arose.
So Secretary Remulla, nagpa-interview na si General Torre. We're not bullying him. He voluntarily gave this interview. And like many of our countrymen, napanood namin. Sinabi niya na siya talaga. Paano ba yun? Sino nag-utos sa kanya?
Ano nga yan, ma'am? Sabi ko nga, clear namin lahat yan. Kasi they were asking me the
Klino po
legalities.
ninyo,
Even if I was
clear.
abroad, my advice was being sought. And I gave them the advice. That,
So kayo
number
ang
one,
nag-utos?
serve the warrant of arrest. And number two, surrender him to the Hague. That's what the law provides.
So, sir, you're the one giving the orders.
Well, in some ways, because I gave them the legal basis for all the actions that happened.
So, you're the one giving the orders.
If I have to be the one, then if I am the one
No, sir.
that is referred to, I will admit it.
Kasi
that I gave the clearances to number one, serve the warrant of arrest as I saw it, as I deemed fit, and number two, to fly him to the Hague to be surrendered under Section 17 of Republic Act 9851. And that is, I caused this through my brother,
Yes,
who
sir.
is the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government.
Sir, giving orders is different from giving clearance. Klaruhin natin ito.
Well,
Ang tinatanong ko is, sinong nag-utos? Because PNP is a uniform organization. Hindi yan gagalaw kung wala mag-uutos. Ang tinatanong namin ng committee, sino nag-uutos? Ikaw sabi mo, you're the one giving the clearance. Ngayon, ina-admit mo na parang sinasabi mo na kung gano'n man lang, ako na nagbibigay ng orders. So, nalalabuan ako doon. Kasi sabi mo, nagki-clearance, nagbibigay ka ng clearance sa kanila. Sa kanilang ginagawa,
kasi
every step of the way.
it's a crisis management time eh. Kailangan maklear lahat. Dapat malinaw mag-isip yung mga taong kasama sa
nasabihan
usapan.
mo na ahead of time. Na-clear na lahat yan.
Tinatanong nila sa akin kung ano nga. Ang sinabi ko talaga dyan, number one, you can serve the warrant. And number two, Hague. Surrender him to the Hague under the law.
So-
that is what the law provides.
So ang ibig sabihin, nalaman na ninyo na may warrant bago pa umabot yung March 11, 3 a.m. na sinasabi.
Hindi po. Nalaman
may clearance
ko,
na
una,
before
sasabihin ko
March
sa inyo,
11.
nalaman ko po na mayroong problema nung March 9, ako po yung nasa airport at sinasabi sa akin, mukhang may mga chismis na mayroong warrant.
So balik tayo sa
Pero
chismis.
chismis mo yun. Kung alam ko kung totoo yun, hindi na po ako lumipad. I would have stayed here. Pero I had to fly because I had a commitment
So nautusan ninyo ng March
with the
9?
UNODC.
So nautusan ninyo ng March 9 si PNP Chief
Hindi ho.
Marbil?
Nung dumating po yung warrant, yung diffusion order, pinadala po sa akin yan. Siyempre, ang technology naman, nasa Vienna po ako, kahit iba yung oras. Nung nakita ko po yung diffusion order, sabi ko, that's valid. you can serve it. Tsaka may warrant na kasama kasi yun eh. May warrant po kasama na pinadala sa akin eh. Sabi ko, it's a valid warrant.
Akala ko yung diffusion hindi warrant. Bakit
Hindi ba, may kasama ho warrant yun.
Usapin?
It had an accompanying warrant which was given to me. And that warrant which was the one that was served to the former president.